Do you often feel like your guitar playing sounds stale and boring? Are you trapped in a cycle of playing the same rhythms over and over again? Do you find it challenging to create unique strum patterns or licks? Or is rhythm a puzzle that you're just struggling to solve? Using mastery cells is a unique and innovative approach to working with rhythm that will help you overcome these challenges. Hi, I'm Brian Fish from musictheoryforguitar.com, and today I'm excited to show you how rhythm mastery cells can help you transform your rhythm and unlock your creative potential. So what exactly is a rhythm mastery cell? It's a one-beat rhythm that you practice in isolation. Now on its own, that might not sound like much. The magic happens and the true creative potential of this concept is unleashed once you have more than one mastery cell to work with. Let's dive into this first step of the process and discover the world of possibilities that rhythm mastery cells can open up for you. So the first step in this process is we need to pick a one-beat rhythm that we're going to work with. So in this case, let's go ahead and pick a group of 4/16 notes. And anytime there's a rhythm we're going to work with, you want to take it through a process. The process is this. Can I verbalize the rhythm? Do I know how to count this? In this case, we'll go ahead and use the Western way of counting, so it's 1 E and A. Okay, now can I do that consistently across multiple beats? So once you do that, it's going to be 1 E and A, 2 E and A, 3 E and A, 4 E and A. Okay, I'm able to verbalize that. That means I'm going to be able to play that. If you can't verbalize it, it's going to be much harder to play on the guitar. So once we can verbalize that rhythm, we then take it to the guitar, and we want to start off playing something very simple with it. So I suggest doing a single chord, doing a strum, or a single note. Make sure you can keep this rhythm going, and we're looking for consistency. Can I keep a steady rhythm going for around a minute? And can I test that with my metronome to make sure it's nice and consistent? Once I can do that, you can even do that at different tempos. And then after that, you go ahead and you apply it to things that you already know. So take a chord progression. It doesn't matter if it's the correct strum or not. Can you strum with this rhythm? Can you then do an arpeggiated chord pattern with this? Can you create a lead line with it? You want to make sure that you can really work with this rhythm in isolation before you move on to step 2. I'm going to assume you can do that now, so let's go ahead and move on to that next step. Step 2 looks an awful lot like step 1. The only difference here is we want to pick a rhythm that's closely related to that first rhythm. So I want to make just a subtle change here, and let's take those first 2 16th notes and just replace it with an 8th note. Okay, so it's not a completely different rhythm that makes us feel a different pulse or anything like that. It's way easier to go through this process if you find something that's closely related. Over time, once you've done this a bunch, you can absolutely choose rhythms that aren't as close related as this one. So now we have an 8th note and 2 16th notes, and we still want to go through that same process. For this one, we're still going to count with that 1 E and A. The only difference is we're not going to play on the E. Can we take it through all those other steps? And then we're ready to start mixing and matching these, which is what we're going to do in step 3. So let's go ahead and take a look at that next step. Before we get to step 3, if you like this video, hit that like button and remember to subscribe and click on that notification. Otherwise, YouTube will not let you know when I put out a new video. And if you have any comments, feedback, or suggestions, write them in the comments. I enjoy reading what you have to say, and we'll make videos based on your suggestions. And the next step is combining those 2 rhythms that we've worked on in isolation and feel that we've mastered. So it seems pretty obvious that there's only going to be a few combinations that we can do since we only have 2 rhythms. So can we play rhythm 1 into rhythm 2 or rhythm 2 into rhythm 1? And we've already worked on playing them back to back, so there's those 4 options there. But in music, a lot of music is played in 4/4. So that means there's potential of 4 different rhythms that we can play within a measure if we're thinking these rhythms that take up an individual beat. Okay, so that means that there's 2 potential rhythms in that first beat, 2 in the second, 2 in the third, and 2 in the fourth. So what you want to do is multiply all those numbers together, and what we really have is 16 potential variations with just working with these 2 mastery cells. Okay, so this compounds quickly. All right, now we'd keep going through this process and we'd now pick a 3rd rhythm. In this case, I'd still keep it closely related. So let's just put the 8th note in the middle of 2 16th notes. Okay, so we're still counting with that 1 E and A. This time we're just missing the and. we go through all those same steps, and then we're ready to start combining this with the other ones. Now on the surface, it's going to look like we're only going to have 6 possible combinations there. 1 into 2, 1 into 3, 2 into 1, 2 into 3, and then 3 into 1, and then 3 into 2. Okay? But again, we've got those 4 beats to go across, so we want to stick a 3 in each one of those slots. Multiply those together. That's the potential options we have to put in each slot. And when we do that, we now have 81 possible rhythms that we can play. So thinking with these mastery cells and then figuring out how to combine them, you're going to have an endless supply of creative material that you can draw from when you start looking at all the possibilities that are within these rhythms. And it just keeps compounding. So if we added a 4th mastery cell, that means there's a 4, 4, 4, 4. We end up with 256 different rhythms. So again, we don't have to master every single possibility. It still goes back to the main idea of, can I play mastery cell 1 into mastery cell 2? Can I play mastery cell 2 into mastery cell 1? If I can do that, then I can play all those first 16 rhythms. Okay? Then if I go to those next 6, can I play 1 into 2, 2 into 1, 1 into 3, 3 into 1, and so on? Then I can absolutely play all 81, and it becomes really easy to be creative and come up with endless ideas from rhythm. Okay? And that's even before we start adding other elements to a rhythm, like root notes, ties, muted notes. There's so many things we can do with rhythm. If you want to finally master rhythm and learn more creative ways to use it, I recommend you take a look at my course, Ultimate Rhythm Mastery. Ultimate Rhythm Mastery is not a book. It is a complete video course that takes you from the basics through advanced rhythms. It covers everything you need to know about rhythms, time signatures, and how to be more creative with those elements of music. You learn how to apply every concept to the guitar. Everything is immediately practical. I guide you through each step of the process and show you how to practice the material to make the most progress. Everything is developed through exercises so you know how to use it. Click on the link below to check out Ultimate Rhythm Mastery.